information. Yes. Well, yeah.
So currently they pay a 3% franchise tax, right?
Hindi
Have you? No, currently
they pay, but
they pay to BIR, right?
yes,
Okay.
but they don't collect.
But they don't collect, right? Okay. Have we computed?
21 billion is the answer.
Oh, what's my question?
From 2011.
No. My question is, have we done a comparison on two regimes? Meaning, if we actually collect, because right now they don't pay income taxes, right? It's a franchise tax in lieu of all taxes. But if instead of a franchise tax, we actually collect income taxes, how much?
Can you show the?
What would be the, in short, what is the opportunity cost? How much income taxes are we foregoing from the fact that the current tax regime is such? Impose a franchise tax in lieu of all taxes. Isa na nga siyang monopolyo, di ba? So, by being a monopoly itself, ang dami na niyang advantage. And then on top of that, meron pa siyang exemptions from all taxes. I mean, of course, okay, sige, sinabi natin, sige, para simple, franchise tax. Pero it could be a higher than 3% franchise tax, right? Ang sa atin, it has to be equivalent to all the other taxes na hindi na niya binabayaran, di ba? Dapat gano'n ang pag-compute ng pinapataw natin na franchise tax.
Computation namin kasi very flat sila kasi alam naman ni Mona na they were charging all these expenses. So, I'm not saying garbage in, garbage out. Just based on what's available, 3.5 billion is the opportunity cost. Yes. If instead of franchise tax, they use SIT. Kasi konti lang yung dinideclare nila as income. Kasi marami nga silang charge.
What are the other taxes that they forgo?
That's where we're going. Once
I think there has to be like a better determination as to, I mean, this is like for moving forward, right? If we are to review the law, right? And then, of course, at a certain point, we are going to amend. We are going to renew, di ba, at a certain point. So at least for the record, alam natin na merong issue pagdating sa taxes na pinapato natin sa NGCP.
Yes, we will we'll make a study, but the initial estimate, if it's VAT, kung may VAT pa 2 billion addition per year.
So VAT
plus SIT.
And then SIT.
Yeah.
All right. Salamat. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
In lieu of all also includes local taxes, Mr. Chair.
Ang dami-daming bonus.
Problema natin dyan kasi binenta yan ng mahal. Kaya binigay natin lahat. Nandun ako nun eh. This 9 Madam. In 2008.
No, Mr. Chair, we understand the situation at that time.
Ewan ko kung...
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
When Transco transferred the concession, that was prior to the franchise. So that was not even part of their calculation.
Calculation of the price.
Diba?
Thank you for liberating.
So at that time, when they had the concession agreement, they were basing it on the whatever the regime was applicable at that time.
Sino yung mga members of Congress? No? Governor ako noon, 2009. Sorry. Sige, huwag ka na magpangalan. Kasama ka sa ma-approve nito.
Started in 2007, the 14th Congress.
And anyway, so I would just like to give everybody time to study the presentation. I think you have a copy of the presentation. And you would have a lot of questions. Yan ba yan? No? yung atin. The contract will provide bigay yung J. Salceda. Yan. Oo, kompleto yan. So ayoko naman i-prolong the agony of NGCP. We're just giving them we're giving you enough time to consider all the issues that have been raised. Because I think unless maliwanagan na tayo ng DOE.
Mr. Chair,
Balik ka na nga dito. Miss na kita.
also on the ruling of the Supreme Court, which was technically it was eventually affirmed by ERC in their latest memo. I think it is the ERC is now studying how to apply it, if it can be applied prior to the issuance of the suspension. But maybe it's also time for Congress to review. Kasi ang Supreme Court ruling, kailan ba? I think it was way back pa, mga 10 years ago pa. More than 10 years ago. So maybe that could be the reckoning period to be considered, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so are you out from NGCP? Oh, wait, wow, sinolo mo ko. Ayaw mong pasagutin, baka magkamali. Don't worry, paluin ko na lang 10. Yes.
My apologies because I was late, so I wasn't able to see your presentation. But for the Honorable Chairman for this committee, if it's also possible, Mr. Chair, to take a look at the assessment of the cost recovery. Because I think this would be if there will be a bigger committee, this would be the committee that would be more applicable and evaluating. Kasi as we have discussed in DOE, if the charges that are recoverable is only for those projects that are finished, meaning kung ano lang yung completed, then there will be an increase in the rates of our transmission rates.
Yes.
But if it is as spent, no? As spent. Pero kung ano lang yung natapos, yun lang yung cost recovery nila, then there will be a refund of 1 peso per kilowatt hour. So there's more than a 1 peso difference between the two calculations. So
Between incomplete and complete.
Complete and incomplete, yeah. So that's a debate ongoing, but that could be also a legislative action that can determine that, Mr. Chair. Pero malaki yung difference if the objective of the committee or Congress is to lower the rates, then there's something there to look at, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much to my guiding angel, especially during BICAM, the one who can run around everybody. So thank you very much, Yusek Sharon Garin, who is slated to... Are you coming back? You did not resign? Si Kulada ulit. Oh. So may I recognize Congressman J.J. Romualdo Kamikin. So at this point, everybody who is here for the NGCP issue are hereby discharged. And we will now go to a more debate, a bigger debate, which is really a proposal from the tobacco industry for a suspension or moratorium, essentially under the ambit of the excise tax shortfalls. Do you have a presentation again on the excise?
No presentation, Mr. Chair, but I would just like to manifest that we have already submitted the documents that were previously requested during the last committee hearing. And
can you just repeat for the purposes of... everybody who is here for NGCP may now are hereby discharged. Okay, sir.
So we submitted first the VAT collection from the power sector that was required during the last hearing. The breakdown and growth analysis of excise tax collections from for January to November 2024. The itemized explanation for the difference in the goal or shortfall. The fourth is data or information on estate tax for the period calendar year 2022 to 2023 and January to November 2024. And last is the BIR's indicative budget for the digital transformation program. So we have already submitted these documents, Mr. Chair.
All told, what's the for the cumulative shortfall on excise tax collections versus initial targets?
So for the for excise,
the peak is in 2022, 21.
20 ano,
So in 2021, the shortfall is wala. Big. More or less, almost 100.
Sorry.
Based on the BSF, the shortfalls from 21 to 23 is... So magkano lahat?
24 billion.
Is roughly 50-75 billion, no? Versus BSF.
20.
And for 2024, magkano? Ang problema kasi to, this is not contrafactual because under the initial projection, these are already adjusted numbers. 2024, what is your shortfall on excise tax?
2024, this is
This is only for tobacco.
for tobacco only.
Yes.
2024, that's 54.4 billion, Mr. Chair.
That's the shortfall.
That's the shortfall for tobacco.
The annualized na yan.
January to November, Mr. Chair.
54 billion.
54 billion. That's negative 29.36%.
30% from the BSF.
So 54 billion is what percent of total?
So the goal is 185.3 billion. The total collection is 130.9 billion. So the difference is that the shortfall is at 54.4 billion.
What was the, for 2023, what was the initial estimate? Ano yung comparison ng 185 noong 2023?
For
23.
For 2023, that would be 169.8 billion.
Okay mo na dyan. And then for 2022?
For 2022, that's 160 billion, Mr. Chair.
So kung totalin mo lahat, magkano? Shortfall would be, can you just minus that? Kasi binertic, in horizontal mo pa kasi binertic. So we should be earning, what is the actual collection for 2021?
For
2022?
22, that's 160.4 billion.
So walang shortfall.
No shortfall on for 2022, Mr. Chair.
Akala ko ba mayroong 25 billion?
That's for 2022. For 2023, there's a shortfall already, Mr. Chair.
Yan ang hirap kasi your targets are moving targets, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Not based on the original when we approved the sin tax law of 2019. Because if you look back at the sin tax law of 2019, dapat mas mataas kaysa 160. Na-hit mo lang yung 160 ng 2022 dahil binaba mo yung target. So, ikaw na ba yun?
22, I was appointed November, Mr. Chair.
So, okay. So basically, if we add it all, it's 130 billion, no? Based on adjusted, targets. Yeah. It's okay. We'll use that. So during the previous hearing, you also said that mukhang nagla-Laffer curve na ang ating mga revenues?
Well, among the data or among the research that we have found out, but so essentially there are probably three factors for the decline in the excise tax collection. First also is yung pong nagkukwit po ng pagsisigarilyo. Opo, it accounts for nagkukwit po ng...
According to FNRI, from 18% smoking prevalence to 24%.
Opo, kaya bumababa po yung tobacco, tapos nag-shift. So, kumbaga yung...
So, wag mo na yung the lower smoke. So, it's just the word. I thought you just have to change the wording. Okay, number two.
Number two po, yun po yung shift in preference din po, yung to other forms of like yung vape products. Yes, different shift.
Other nicotine delivery.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And also, again, the rise on illicit trades, Mr. Chair.
So, nothing about Laffer curve.
Well, yung Laffer curve po ay connected po sa pag-rise po ng illicit trade. Yan po yung may direct correlation because when you pagka po tumataas, mas nagiging lucrative din po sa mga iba to engage in illicit trades. Yan din po yung nakitang effect.
Bilib na bilib po man nila kung Stevias. Saan si Stevias? Pinaka-advisor mo. Nasaan ba siya? Where's Stevia?
Nasa iba pong meeting, Mr. Chair.
Correctly... No. What Stevia said is that the shortfall of BIR can be explained 100% by the lower GDP growth, nominal GDP growth. Hindi.
Just, Mr. Chair, just for the record, that the Laffer curve has to do with the tax rate increase. No, just for the record. So para lang, huwag nyo nang i-blame si Laffer curve. Kasi, di ba, si Asek Carlo, di ba tama naman, di ba, yung Laffer curve has to do with the tax rate. Pag nag-increase ang tax rate at a certain point, bababa ang collections ng tax revenues. Hindi naman nag-increase ang tax rate.
Nag-increase po yearly. Since 2019 po, pataas ng pataas. And we have also data that yung Laffer curve po, nung tumataas yung rate, bumababa rin po ang removals.
Ano yung increase in tax rate?
Kasi po, ito yung 5% po.
5% yung increase.
So
you're attributing this 54 billion peso drop to that 5% increase in tax rate?
Kasi po, ito po yung, so based po din sa ating data, nung nag-start po nung 2019, 35 pesos ang excise tax. 2020 naging 45, 2021 naging 50, 2022. So
you're saying is that 5% increase explains the 54 billion drop.
Partly po.
Hindi kaya nga, you have to be careful with what you're saying, with what you're telling us, right? So you got to decompose that. If you have a 54 billion reduction, what portion of that is due to what you're saying, Laffer curve, or due to leakages and collection, etc., etc.? Diba? Kasi, to be honest, I don't think that it's a result of that Laffer effect. Dun sa yung 54 billion reduction na yan. So, ayun lang. So, the burden of proof rests upon you. Diba?
Also po, just to clarify, the 54 billion is not reduction in the collection, but also sa goal.
Relative to the target.
Yes, the goal.
It's okay. You're forgiven. Strict lang ang professor. Patawarin mo na, Diyos ko, iba naman yung sinasabi niya. Saan ka botante? Di ba Marikina? I'm warning you, Stella. The Laffer curve nga. Hindi, so let me just go to my presentation in response to him. And we're questioning essentially if it's Laffer curve. It's definitely not a Laffer curve, sir. But kung Laffer curve yan, mas okay nga because we're talking about smoking and therefore lower volume means better. So, if it's Laffer curve, it's no problem because it explains the decline in excise tax collection. Yeah, but it's not there. If you look at the next page, from the 2021 19% incidence of adults smoking, it has increased to 24.4%. So, bumagsak yung revenues nila, pero dumami ang smokers. So, I'm not saying that excise tax is a failure. It's just that we're faced with these two. This is from the FNRI, Food and Nutrition Research Institute. Sino ba dumaming? Oo nga, no? Hindi, yung mga may trabaho na. Basically. So, incidence has increased next. Despite removals of tax cigarettes continuing to decline. Smoking incidence has increased despite removals of tax cigarettes continuing to decline. Because it is extremely easy to buy illicit cigarettes online. But Shopee is already absolved. You try Shopee, you cannot buy one. And if you buy one, kanino to galing? Tsaka may stamp siya, oh. Totoo kaya itong stamp mo? Tingnan mo nga. May QR code siya. May I know from BIR if this is ang hirap ng trabaho dito sa Ways and Means. Pakitingin nga kung totoong ano yan.
Mr. Chair, kasi po, to really verify whether that's we have to use a device, a tag and reader, para ma-determine po.
It's a fake code.
Well, this is already the new stamp that we've...
So that's new. At least you can say that that's
new. But as to kung ano po talaga, kung authentic po, we have to use the tag and reader.
I can give it to you and just return it to me and tell me in writing that it is So para totally absolve ang Shopee.
Yes, we'll do that, Mr. Chair.
Next. Ito.
Facebook Market.
This is the Facebook Marketplace. That is where it is all. Next. Next. Ito. Obvious na walang stamp mo. Ito, ano tong RGD? It's a China what? Vape or what? It's a cigarette. Oh. So yung problema namin is determining the volume. Do you have a way of determining the volume of vapes? Because you said there is a shift from the long classing shift. Shift from licit to illicit, and shift from cigarettes to vapes.
Table yung ano, yung table. Yung mali.
Ano kaya decline na to?
So, for 2024, or from 2023, for vapor products, the removals, collection is at 11,738 ml of vapor products. In 2024, it's now 71,102,000 ml of vapor products. So there's really a substantial increase.
From where to where?
So for 2022, that's only 3.2 million. 2023, 11.7 million. And then in 2024, for the period January to October.
I must congratulate you. They're paying taxes.
Well, because that's also due to our aggressive enforcement on vapor products. Because when we started, there's really no registered brands. So when we started, I think less than 5 were registered, and now I think there are a lot of brands registered because of our aggressive enforcement activities.
Pinalitan mo ba yung tao mo doon na nagsasabi na may ROOP kahit wala naman? Are they domestic or are they imported?
Mostly imported, na Mr. Chair.
So no need for ROOP, no?
Not, yes, Mr. Chair.
So sa 71 million, how many are from 3 to 11 to 71?
3 to 11 to 71. So the 71 is only for the period January to October.
Are they freebase or Nick Salt?
Maybe yes.
How much did you earn? So supposedly you should be earning 28 billion.
So for but again, the excise tax rates for vapor products is compared relatively lower than the cigarette if you based on per puff.
So are you proposing that we unify them?
It's better, Mr. Chair, because that would at least ma-equalize.
Para sila 60.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So para sila 60.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tanggalin natin yung Nick Salt at saka yung free-based.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So bastang vape, it's 60 pesos
Yes, Mr. Chair.
per Nick Salt, per
Malaki rin
ml.
yung naging so for the collections in 2022, that's 145 million, 23 361 million, and for 2024, for the period January to November, the total collections is at 1.3 billion, Mr. Chair.
Are you okay with banning importation of cigarettes and vapes? So anything out there, it's without your is smuggled.
Well, that's what's currently. If you don't have the stamps, then that's illegal, Mr. Chair.
Illegal, but not smuggled.
Oh,
Therefore, I'm saying that anything out there If there's an import ban, then anything out there is smuggled.
Because most of these vapor products are really
I
imported.
cleared it with Jet Maranilla. There is no WTO restrictions with respect to these types of products. Only for commodities where you will be subjected to DSB or dispute settlement boards. Kung sigarilyo daw, hindi yan, it's not a matter for DSBs under the WTO. So any import ban, or would you rather say that we put a provision on the illicit trade, because we are now, I'm really sorry. Can you just introduce first, I'm sorry, can we hold muna para we're discussing things already in the proper perspective. We are now in receipt from the committee of your committee, APRO, of the substitute bill for the illicit trade. So can you mention the name, the title? Ikaw ko. Palipat-lipat ako. Hindi, kasi sabi mo, tanungin ko si Elise.
Sir, yes sir. A numbered substitute bill to House Bill number 10329 entitled an Act Strengthening Administration of Excise Tax on Tobacco Products, Cigars, Cigarettes, Heated Tobacco Products, Vapor Products, and Novel Tobacco Products, amending for the purpose the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended, authored by Representative Salceda, Kimbo, and Reyes, sir.
Okay. So, you're okay with an import, allowing the President to impose an import ban na lang? Or for the law to impose an import ban on cigarettes and vapes?
Well, Mr. Chair, that's I think a policy issue which
Siyempre, ang pinaka-policy natin is less smoker and less vapors. That's number one. And controlling supply will be very important. And then controlling making it inaccessible by price is another one, through taxation. So, definitely ang outcome dito is less smokers. And therefore, less cardiovascular, COPD, COPD. So, I mean, that is the total. It's not about the revenues. The revenues is secondary. We're just presented here where, just like the prohibition, the best way to lessen drinking is by taxing. So, because if you just ban smoker, it won't go anywhere. So it's up to me.
yes, Mr. Chair. But I think in terms of administrative work, it would be easier for us if there's an importation ban.
But you will be first border if it's a cigarette, not customs. You will be the first border. Just like DAI is now first border for all agricultural products. DAIE. Okay. So, okay na tayo na 60 pesos per ml sa vape. At saka wala mixed salt, saka wala ng fee base. We'll take out that differential. Per sa pack of cigarettes.
1 ml equivalent to 1 pack?
Actually, 1 ml is bigger than 1 pack.
I mean, yeah. What's the equivalence, right?
10,000 pops. Ang isang
Could be some kind of a determination.
mahirap
I mean, more or less. It's difficult to implement.
yan, vapor yan, katabi mo, nagbe-vape ka pa ba? Hindi na.
I mean, I guess that
nakakailang pops ka sa isang ml. Di ba? Dami.
hindi ba dapat may ganon? Kasi baka in the end, may distortion pa rin because relatively, one may be relatively cheaper than the other, di ba? Because what you want to do is
We cannot make that right now. It's relatively not feasible to compare the number if it's on a tax per pop basis.
No, kasi right now, because of the tax, it's relatively quote-unquote cheaper, right?
So
Vaping,
yes.
on the basis of the tax regime.
Yes,
And we're seeing that there's a lot of shifting.
yes.
Diba? So what we're trying to do is minimize that.
Not just shifting, but gatewaying.
Correct, correct. So what we're trying to do is minimize that by increasing the tax or making it more uniform.
We're trying to increase the price for the gateway.
Correct. So in addition to that, the device, the vape, I don't know what you call it.
Wala nang device.
The vape device,
Yung delivery.
yes, is that taxed? It's not, right? I mean, it's just normal tax, right? So, magkano yun? If it's imported, it's just a normal tariff.
It was rejected before during the.
No, so I just want to know kung magkano. So in short,
There's no tax, but we propose a 20% ad valorem tax on.
hindi ba dapat pag-aralan din yun? Because that's really the entry, that's the entry fee, di ba? Kasi if you're to be initiated into smoking, obviously, you need to purchase
Problema nga.
Magkano ba yun? How much is a vape device?
Dati, okay yan. Ngayon, disposable na lahat.
Hindi, kaya nga, which actually, if it's
So,
disposable,
You really tax mo lang.
no,
Yung
but if it's
content.
disposable, then all the more, it's actually, you're making the case for taxing it like a normal cigarette stronger, diba? Because it's more or less just like a traditional
Tinatawanan ka
cigarette.
ni Sharon kasi yan talaga praktisado. Alam niya ng...
No, I'm looking at it from a public health perspective. I'm sorry, I'm just trying.
Yes.
I have two issues. Like from a public health perspective, is to reduce smoking, right? And number two, from an economic perspective,
Correct.
again, to try to reduce itong nakikita natin na shifting and then one. So yon, those are the two things that we're trying to fix.
Yes.
So, I think dapat mapag-aralan kung ano yung dapat gawin.
Ilang pops ba talaga per...
No, I mean, before we go to the puffing, I mean, meaning the device itself, diba? I mean, kasi,
Stella,
especially if it's,
disposable nga siya. So, hindi-
but more so because it's disposable now, bakit ang kailangan mo rin patawan ng uniform tax, right? Kasi magkasama na.
Oo.
Yun na. So, yun nga di ba? So,
Hindi ka talaga nag-yosi.
no, so, what
Sa
I'm
sex
saying,
virgin na virgin ka.
no, but what I'm saying is, that now is a tax base for the BIR, right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So
But
we are losing the opportunity for the BIR to collect revenues and from a public health perspective to reduce smoking. I'm just saying for the
totally
record that there is an opportunity for
sino ba pwede
BIR
maglabas dyan ng, ng isang bay?
to make more money, right?
Para maintindihan niya nito.
Naiintindihan ko na ngayon, you don't have to do it. I'm just saying that we don't have to decide on it today, but
We have to.
pwedeng pag-isipan kung
Ito,
kung pwedeng kung yung mismong device ay pwedeng but when you purchase it, do you purchase it separately?
no. You cannot use this if you don't have this.
Correct. But when you purchase it, do you purchase it separately? You purchase it separately.
Dati.
Oh, when you purchase it separately, then there's a
Okay. So,
those are two separate tax bases. I'm just saying that for
Okay.
BIR, you
Propose it
might
now.
be able to make it's a potential tax base, and at the same time, for the DOH,
do you have a copy of the bill?
yes. Anyway, yun lang po. I
Can
just
you
wanna
propose
say
that? 20% ad valorem tax on the the carrier? How do yes, yes. Finally, you can save me.
As a former member of the committee in the MICAP, it's because there's several types. No, you have ICOS. The main product there is yung bala, no?
Oh, yung
Not the device. You keep buying also for the others that you keep buying the pods. The main source of income, I think, are the pods, you know. But then there's that new device na disposable that you buy it as. So it's a matter of how do you qualify that? How do you tax that? Kasi tama naman yung tax na yung pods talaga.